I'm Ron Varnell, and this is September Song. One of the funniest people in show business is Mel Brooks, and that's my opinion. Well, I first picked up on Brooks in the late 60s, and I can't even remember what it was that I saw or heard, but I stored the name in my memory bank. The first Mel Brooks movie that I can remember seeing is Blazing Saddles, and I was hooked when that railroad gang started singing "I Get No Kick from Champagne." I love comedy that is outrageous, and a work gang singing that song in the 1880s is outrageous.
I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a belt out of you? Some get a kick from cocaine.
Hold it, what the hell is that shit?
Of course, Mel Brooks is much more than Blazing Saddles. He was born in 1926 in Brooklyn, Melvin James Kaminsky. His father was Jewish from Poland and his mother a Jew from Russia. He changed his name from Kaminsky to Brooks from his mother's maiden name, Brookman. He didn't want to be confused with trumpeter Max Kaminsky. After serving in the Second World War, Brooks got his start at the Catskills as a piano player and a drummer. He was taught drums, by the way, by Buddy Rich. After a regular comic at one of the nightclubs was too sick to perform one night, Brooks started working as a stand-up comic, telling jokes and doing movie star impressions. He started writing television comedy for his friend Sid Caesar, and in 1950, Caesar hired him to write the TV show Your Show of Shows, along with Carl Reiner and Neil Simon. He also wrote for the Dick Van Dyke Show. In 1960, Brooks moved from New York to Hollywood. He and Carl Reiner started performing the 2,000-Year-Old Man act on the Steve Allen Show.
Delighted to be here on the Hollywood Palace.
Delighted to be alive. Never mind anything else.
That's true. Well,
When I wake up in the morning, I make myself a birthday cake.
Their performances led to the release of the comedy album 2,000 Years with Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks, and that sold over 1 million copies in 1961. For several years, Brooks had been toying with a bizarre idea about a musical comedy based on Adolf Hitler. Eventually, he was able to find two producers to fund the show, Joseph E. Levine and Sidney Glazier, and he made his first feature film, The Producers, in 1968. The Producers was so outrageous in its satire that major studios wouldn't touch it. Brooks finally found an independent distributor, and at the 41st Academy Awards, Brooks won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for his film. And that, of course, led to a few other films.
We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Torquemada, do not implore him for compassion. Torquemada, do not beg him for forgiveness. Torquemada, do not ask him for mercy. Let's face it, you can't talk him out of anything.
The Inquisition.
Let's begin.
The Inquisition.
Look out, Sam.
We have a mission to convert the Jews.
My mind is aglow with whirling, transient nodes of thought, careening through a cosmic vapor of invention.
Ditto.
Heaven's sake, who in all of England, by the very furthest stretch of the imagination, could possibly be a vampire?
Count Dracula.
Well, maybe him.
Brooks is quite a talent. He writes, acts, directs, and writes the music for his and other productions. Mel turned 95 on June 28th.
to be the king.